Hey guys, this is Brian Bachkiller, and today, in being a successful musician, we're going to talk about Battle of the Bands competitions. So there seems to be, for some reason or another, this misconception, I think, that for some reason bands still battle. And, I don't know how familiar you guys might be with some of these Battle of the Bands things that happen online specifically, and also probably in your town wherever you may play and things like that. But they seem to still be really prevalent, and even more so lately. And there's something that drives me really crazy about these things, and it's something that I want to offer up to you guys as an alternative way of thinking. And you've probably felt this before, and maybe you've talked to others about it, and namely, bands don't really battle anymore. We're not in the 80s and like mid 90s anymore, guys. We're beyond that point where the whole point of being in a band was to prove how much better you were than everyone else around you and how much better your band is than every band in the world and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I really feel like we're beyond it, And so what I want to offer to you guys as a piece of advice, something that I've learned, because I've done a lot of these competitions. I have. Because for a long time I thought, yeah, hey, these things could really get me somewhere. I could get discovered and put on some stage and yada yada, and it doesn't work. These things really don't pay off. And I'm sure there's the occasional ones that do. But for the most part, what they end up doing is really annoying the hell out of your fans. I mean, they really do. When the whole point of the thing is to tell your fans to go to this website and vote 8 billion times a day for you and all this kind of stuff, it just turns into a popularity contest that actually, in a lot of ways, makes you kind of a lot less popular. So what I want to offer to you guys, something I've really learned from doing these things, is rather than focusing on this whole Battle of the Bands thing, I mean, even if you're going to do these competitions, rather than focusing on that, network with the bands that are in these competitions with you, whether they're local or they're national things over the internet, stuff like that. Network with those bands, talk to them, get to be friends with some of them. Talk about being able to do show shares between you when you go to their city or they come to yours and things like that. Because really, bands don't battle anymore. Bands help each other out. I really, really feel that we're beyond the whole Battle of the Bands things. And I wish that I could tell promoters and companies that use these things as a way of feeling out bands that supposedly they're going to give some attention to, that bands just don't battle anymore. Bands help each other out. And it would be a lot more conducive to create something that would allow bands to really help each other out and support one another, because we're beyond the days now, guys, of bands getting tons of $1 million contracts and things like that. We're beyond it. It's over. In reality, those days were never really a very good thing anyway, because what they've done is they've screwed up a lot of the industry that we're in now. Now, there's always going to be those pop stars that are going to, get $1 million contracts and yada yada, but they're becoming much more few and far between as time goes on. And as that happens, it becomes more and more apparent that just like anything else in business, it really does help to work with people a lot more than it does to just absolutely crush everything in your path, because in all honesty, you usually can't crush everything, and you generally waste too much energy doing that. So, my last bit of advice to you guys is really just this. Work with bands around you, whether it's part of a Battle of the Bands or not. I just bring this Battle of the Bands thing up as a, basically a point of reference for you to use. But work with the bands around you, work with bands that you meet over the internet, things like that. Find out how you can network together and really make it so that your success can be the success of others, and their success can also be your success at the same time. If you continue to do these things, I really think that you can help to foster some good energy in the music industry as we know it now, as we continue to create what is essentially a new music industry as compared to the one that we knew previously. So I hope you guys find this useful. Please let me know in the comments what you think. If you compete in these Battle of the Bands things, if you've had success with them, if they've been a pain in your butt, whatever it may be. Certainly happy to hear about it and talk with you guys about it. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions for me, please get in touch. And otherwise, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care.
You read lies.